Alright. I think we got everything up and running, so let me get switched over to the right layout. Check sound and jump into some more Monster Hunter. I will move myself up a little bit. Okay, game audio. I guess we'll see once we get in game if I need to adjust the music. Hey, Crusher Cannon. Crusher Cannon says, "Hello, is I formerly known as Sunbreak? Ah, did you change your name? If so, good to see you. Do you want me to still call you Core? Or should I call you Crusher? Just tell me what you want me to call you. But either way, good to see you." Crusher says, "I did for my re-debut. Crusher works. All right, Crusher it is then. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well this evening." All right, let me see. We'll make sure everything is good. I need to remember what exactly I was doing. Last couple sessions of Monster Hunter I've been playing have been doing co-op stuff with Matt and helping him get progression through the later part of the game. So I haven't actually been working on my own stuff in a bit. I'm actually an update behind. So maybe we can try out the Urgent, the Master Rank 6, What Sleeps in the Tower. That's Flaming Espinaz. That's a monster I've not fought yet. Maybe we'll get warmed up by sight reading a very difficult target. We'll go gun. So I remember doing ranged against the regular version of this monster, and the subspecies is even more difficult. Probably not something I want to be immediately nearby, so we'll warm up with some light bow gun and see how that goes. We'll go fire res. I think just fire res.
Time to get going.
Be sure to check the special quest.
And this is in the Forlorn Arena. This is the arena we've fought. I can't remember if I've done some of these targets on stream, but this is basically like a locked-in arena versus an open map that you explore. So we're going to be trapped in here with this thing.
As the battle escalates, growing fiercer by the second, the struggle comes to an end, and the conqueror to be proclaimed. But both sides hold on to their courage. Who is the victor here? For one of them has been storing a trick up its sleeve, and it may strike a decisive blow when least expected.
Passionate poisoner. Oh. So unlike some of the other subspecies we've seen up to this point, Flaming Espinasse is not a different element. The regular one is fire and poison. This one is worse fire and worse poison. And behaviorally, it acts a little different, and we'll see. The original Espinas, when it hits you at fire, it will poison, paralyze, and burn. This one does poison, paralysis, or poison, burning, and defense down instead from what I've read. So getting hit means it's going to suck a lot more. And defense down and range gear is even more of a risk, so that'll be fun to deal with. Crusher says poison, poison or poison, and fire or fire. That's right. And just like the regular version, Flamin' Espinas is sleeping when you first encounter it.
Time to get to work.
And you have to wake it up and get it to actually notice you and pay attention for you can even do damage. My piercing shots are just sort of bouncing off its hide. But once it's up, it'll start moving around, and then when it gets mad, it'll soften. Who? Oh, those persist. Okay. And they explode in little clouds. All right. Okay, that one didn't poison me, but I have... Oh, no, I went through the healing cloud. All right. I just need to watch my status.
You're the best, pal.
Okay. It's got charges, just like the regular version. Alright. Big charge up nuke. That's new. So when it rears up and starts doing the come at me bro stance, you need to clear out, because that's going to probably one-shot me. Or the regular charges will one-shot me.
This ain't over yet.
I can already see this is going to be like playing explosive fiery chicken. Alright. That has a spreading radius on it too. Oh, the bite. Okay, that did defense down.
That's my buddy.
Fortunately, I can pause. Crutcher says I have to watch in 160p because everything else buffers every 5 seconds. Huh. I wonder if that's like a connection problem. Let me know if the actual stream quality starts to stutter. I didn't change anything from the last time, and it seemed to work all right. Yeah, the fireballs explode kind of in a line forwards, and they stay on the ground. We will try and avoid that. Mid-air stomps into charges. So this thing changed its attacks a bit more than the regular version.
Love you, buddy.
Ooh.
Oh, I feel terrible. That's my buddy. That looks like it's gonna hurt!
Alright, there it is. It's a nuke. Okay, Crutcher says it's on my end. Alright. Still let me know if you see anything weird on the stream, though. Need to break something on this thing.
Love you, buddy.
Oh, was my cat put a paralysis trap down? Or shock trap, maybe? Free hits. Ooh, angry mode. Oh, that was the back it broke. Yep. Alright, try and get the horn and the wings. The brown shield icon above my health means I'm in defense down. So that I need to avoid at all costs, as this thing already is strong enough to one-shot me. Get some free damage.
Look out! It's angry!
Big nuke. Oh!
I can't believe this.
Okay, that was new. I didn't realize there was a follow-up from the air. The orbital strike. Crutcher says, I turned on internet, now I can watch it in source. Okay, that's good. You can watch me get roasted in glorious high definition. At somewhat inconsistent frame drops. Alright. So when Flaming Espinasse does the big nuke, it can also go airborne and shoot you from the sky. So I'm assuming the strategy there is to get out of range of the nuke and then get close so it can't shoot you from the heavens. I'm down to my last cart. Ooh, broke the horn. Oh. Okay. It's out of rage mode, so we'll take less damage, and it's tired. Be a little bit more sluggish. Remember to use my soak bind shot when it's safe. Wasn't worth it. If we use that rapid fire soak bind shot, it'll put little projectiles on the monster that'll do more damage. But I missed, and I was angry again. You can see some of the kind of bright blue soak bind projectiles stuck to its nose. They'll do bonus damage if I can manage to shoot them. Crusher asks, where is his health bar? There's no health bar in Monster Hunter. The only way you can tell if you're about to kill something is by watching its behavior and not screwing up. In an open map, as opposed to more of a locked-in arena like this, the monsters will limp and they'll get visibly fatigued when they're close to death. Here, you might see signs of that, and I can point it out if I see it. But we're not actively hunting the monster down. We're locked into an arena, so there's nowhere to go. But now we got broken bits. Back, face, each of the wings.
That's my buddy. That looks like it's gonna hurt.
Alright, I'm gonna go for the nuke again.
You're the best, pal.
Did not have a dive. Alright, that was the first try. 3 carts and it's a failed mission. Okay. I think I understand that fight a little more now. We're going back in.
There's a special quest for you. Take care.
I see Crusher's redeemed Dehydrate. Alright, it's smoothie time. Chocolate flavored smoothie today, in case you're about to ask. Okay.
Enough of that.
Okay, we're gonna do this exact same quest and try and make less mistakes this time.
Let's go. Ready for anything.
Before we jump into the arena, there's an
Doing
Orotortle, Orwardle. I can read. That thing will give me 1 free Moxie. So as long as I keep my life above those little yellow arrows in my health bar, I can't get one shot by anything. But before we jump in, the Forlorn Arena has a really cool skybox background. This starry sky with the shooting stars. Very pretty. Now it's painting time. Let's try this.
I put down a bomb. It's ready to blow.
Wakey wakey.
There it is.
Oop. Crutcher says, last thing I heard was the arena has, and then the dragon was asleep like in the span of a second. Oh, did the stream lag a little bit? I was just talking about the night sky backdrop. It's pretty cool looking. Alright, so it'll only do the big follow-up nuke when it's in active rage mode. That's what it looks like. Yeah, he's gonna hit me. Oy. Nope, 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 nope.
Oh, I hate this.
Yeah, stay all the way over there. Alright, rage mode again. Once its body starts glowing orange like that, that's how you can tell it's in rage mode. And the wisps of flame coming out of the mouth. So I gotta watch out for follow-ups to all its attacks when it's mad. Ooh, how did that not hit me? Nope, no follow-up. Maybe it's just not guaranteed to do the follow-up every time. Crusher says my cat is now watching too. Oh, you might not be able to tell because of all the chaos going on, but I have a cat companion that is also helping me in the fight here. A cat companion, Nyanko. And my dog. There's so much exploding and going on. It's probably tough to see him on screen. Alright. Oh.
Love you, buddy. You're the best, pal.
Crusher says they're both braver than my cat. She just run away and I don't blame her. Well, these are hunting companions. I don't think I pay them. They're really more just like hunting homies. Let me get a spare minute and I'll see if I can get a better shot of what my dog and my cat are wearing. You folks have probably seen the kind of weird demon dog, but my cat isn't always on missions, depending on how many people I'm playing with. Okay. Back's broken, wings are broken, horn's broken. Can cut off the tail if we use some severing shots, but that would take a long time. Aw. So rather than do that, let's just focus on not dying. Again, no follow-up? Okay, getting close to the 15-minute mark. I don't think this thing has an abnormally large health pool, so we might be getting close to taking it down. Just have to keep out of range. That little menu you see me popping up every once in a while I'm running around is me crafting more ammo for my gun. I get 60 total rounds of Pierce 2, and it's the most effective shot type that I have in this weapon. So when I run out, I've got to pull up the crafting menu real quick and then make another stack of 60. And hope I don't get lit up when I do that, since I have to physically stop moving. Crusher says, that's talent, how quick you do that. It's just muscle memory. Been playing a gun or weapon for a while. And I kind of wait for my spots. Like when it staggers or when it roars. That gives me a second to pull up the menu. Hit 2 buttons and then we're good. Hit the wrong button and craft the wrong ammo, then that can be kind of embarrassing. What I'll do after this... Uh-oh. It's a little close. Woohoo! I'll switch weapons after this, and we'll kind of switch up maybe every round. And I can explain the different mechanics of the other ones. Maybe we'll do Gun Lance next. Ha! Sit down. I'm planting the Wyvern mines on a target. Every time I shoot them with my ammo, I'll proc an explosion a few times and do extra damage. Oh. I'm almost out of materials to craft more of my Pierce 2 shots. If I run out completely, then I have to go back to camp and restock, but should be getting close. Shouldn't hit past the 20-minute mark at the latest. Oh. Here we go again. Alright. I think I see the timing now. There's a charged up shot for the giant aerial nuke. And then I need to kind of panic dive because there's a lot of iframes on that just to get away from the explosion. Alright. You can see in the upper right corner under Flamin' Espinas's icon, there's a little blue mark. That means it is capturable and near death. So we're going to go for the kill because the rare drops are a little bit higher chance. Unless I get down to my last cart, and then we'll just cap it to end the fight. Oh, nice paralysis.
Love you, buddy.
There we go.
Didn't even break a sweat.
Ooh, that's a tough fight. very little margin of error.
Carve, carve, carve.
Sulfur. Okay, so because this is a new monster, with all the bits that we're getting here,
Buddy.
we'll unlock new armor and weaponry, which should be higher up on the fire tree. And there's a ton of fire monsters in this game, but it should give some interesting options. And I think its outfit is the one I'm using now that I have my hunter wearing is the regular Espinas armor. So the flaming one should be kind of a mix of black and orange. We'll find out. Crusher says, nice job. It was not pretty, but much better than the first round. Ooh. Flaming Espinas Mantle. That's the rarest drop. That's incredibly lucky. Nice streamer luck right there. That's good. You can use that for a potential weapon upgrade.
Hey, good to see ya.
Weapon wise,
Ooh, I'm itching to get
I
started.
wonder what that looks like for the sword and shield. This is another weapon that I've been working on. And I've not maxed out the fire line yet. Looks like I was going for this one. Blazing Falchion. Oh no. That just means I can craft it outright. No, it's not that one. We're down here. This is the one I was using. The Rosenmesser. This is regular Espinas's weapon. And it maxes out here. Fire damage. 20% affinity. Flaming Espinas's weapon. Looks a little bit different. Lower raw damage, higher fire. Okay, that's going to be the route we go. So because these are both the same element, you have a choice. And this is the way weapon upgrades work in a lot of Monster Hunter. The end results give you a choice usually between a distribution of the attack and the attack value on the right side there. For the regular ones, 320. And 24 fire element damage. And 20% affinity is crit chance. If you go for the other version using Flaming Espinas parts, you have 10 less raw damage, but you get an additional amount of fire element, which is good for sword and shield. Better slots. Much better slots, in fact. Level 4 and 2 level 1s, and a level 3 rampage. Crusher says fire or fire damage. Yeah, so basically you have a choice of how you want to build and which one you want. I think the Flaming Espinas one, the Cactus Getahen, that looks much better across the board. Some stats are lower. The higher fire I think is better. And the slots for decorations and bolstering the skill pool, much better. So for this one, we would need to run Flaming Espinas a few more times, I think. We'd need Cortex, Shards, and Surf Spikes. But we got the rarest drop off that last round, the Mantle at the bottom. So I'm going to give that some thought. We're not going to run that again. That'll get a little boring. We'll switch it up to something else. Oh, let's look at the armor. The most important thing. The drip. Flaming Espinas looks like this. It's going to look red because the red parts are recolorable. So it doesn't look dramatically different from the one I'm using just because it's the same model, but the patterning is a little different. You just can't tell because they're all custom colored. The parts that aren't this maroon red, like the shoulder pauldron that's got kind of a dark maroon and tan, a copperish color, and then the chest armor underneath, that's the default color. All the rest are custom color bits you can adjust, so it's not going to look too different from the set I've got now. Same model, but the patterning's different. Hey, Ladybug's here. Ladybug says, hey, nice, Monster Hunter. We are indeed hunting monsters. You just missed a somewhat passable performance fighting Flaming Espinaz, but we did it. Alright, I'm going to swap back to Gunlance. I am super excited for the new update to Rise that's coming out next week, because it's adding the ability to upgrade all gun lances to max shelling level, and that's not something you can do right now. So the end game optimal gun lances in the meta is like 3 of them, because their shelling level tops out lower for the other ones. So basically means I'll be building a lot more gun lances once that happens. But until then, we're using the Pyrarachnicodaki, the lava blast spider. We're using its gun lance.
Greetings.
Oh, Violet Mizutsune, that's right. That could be an interesting fight. It's the other new monster that was released in the last title update. There's a rare species for the Bubble Fox, Mizutsune.
Quest has been added.
So we're sight reading everything tonight. We'll give it a try.
You'll do great.
The regular Mizutsune is a Leviathan that uses bubbles and water. The rare species, I think it's a rare species. Rare species are variant Violet. It's still water based, but its bubbles explode and combust, so it's more like napalm. Really cool looking monster, but not one I fought yet. So we're gonna give that a try. I think it's still water damage. I guess we'll see about that.
Enough of that.
Crusher says, may have to leave in a bit because Bitsblight is doing a walk home call for safety. Oh, okay. All right. No worries. We will be here hunting monsters with various levels of competence. All right. Let's see what this one looks like.
Its hunger satisfied, the beast rests, oblivious to the approaching threat. Too late now to escape. Its fate to become pitiful prey. Or is it? For what appears to be prey struggling in vain to flee, soon becomes a beguiling dance. And the hunter finds itself the hunted.
Dance of Eldritch Flame. Violet Mizutsune. Crutcher says you're a very good monster hunter. I do alright. Oh, we even get Aftermath. Poor Tigrex just gets lit up like a candle. 2 fire-based fights, but this one is kind of different. So now, unlike before where I was using a ranged weapon, now we're going in with the gun lance. So we're going close range, explosions. Crusher says this one has purple fire or fire. That's right. Water-based flames, because that makes sense. I really like the color palette. It's a bit more muted and pale compared to regular Mizutsune, who's kind of bright pink and purple. But then the bubble effects are very bright.
That's my buddy. Now it's personal.
I guess we'll see how hazardous those fire puddles are. Aw. Right. Definitely a different move set compared to the regular Mizutsune. And everything's on fire. Okay, that seems to always go in a ring.
This one's all for you. Need more ammo.
Whew. Alright. That is short range to it.
Hold on, reloading.
Ooh. Good paralysis.
Now it's personal. Need more ammo.
Okay, one break on the face. See, the fins are chipped. Oh, come on. Hit me behind my shield. Oh, those things can home. Alright. Watch out for that. And a nuke. Oh, now it's got like a kind of flame aura. Alright. That doesn't look fun.
Hold on, reloading. This is the end of the line for you.
Stay right there. And get a free ride.
You do what I say now.
Well, that's convenient. Those things are right there.
Yahoo! You asked for this.
Get some good knockdowns. I need to remember those things home. I'm pretty sure if they hit me from behind... Oh. I won't be able to block. Oh, it hit me in the toes. Oh, come on. Okay, it's tired, though.
Gotta be quick. I'm gonna kick your butt.
Ah. I missed. Oop. That was like rage mode.
Need more ammo.
Stay right there.
No more holding.
Nope. Not. Missed again.
Hold on. Reloading.
Okay, that's the back. Aw.
No.
Okay, this fight seems pretty manageable. I think, even though it's a little faster, this fight seems a little bit
Whetstone time.
less hectic than Flaming Espinaz. Maybe it's because I'm using a defensive weapon, so I can sort of wait and time my shots a little bit better. I'm not quite in one-shot territory all the time. It's still pretty dangerous.
Mr. Monster, meet Mr. Weapon.
Alright, close enough. Ooh. Uh-oh.
You're the best, pal.
Oh boy, it's a lot of projectiles. Oh, I see. That's one big bubble and then it splinters. It's almost a bullet hell type fight. With exploding punches. Uh-oh. That's new. What is that? Uh-oh. That's a spirit bomb. Where's it gonna go? Where's it gonna go?
That looks like it's gonna hurt.
Oh boy. Wow. Okay, that pulls you in too. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I probably can't block that. Again? No.
Love you, buddy. Need more ammo. Hold on, reloading.
Should be getting close.
Reloading. Need more ammo.
Oh. Ah.
No more holding back.
That was lucky.
Reloading.
Oh, is that the nuke? Oh. Okay, so puts it on the field for a little bit. Goes into regular attack pattern.
It's angry.
That pulls you in. Oh, well, it didn't kill me in one hit. That's good. Just trying to super dive out of that. So it's kind of a setup, and then it'll drop the nuke. I'm burning through a lot of potions. Okay, almost 20 minutes. Should be getting close.
I'm gonna get you!
Alright, there we go. It's blue. A little more.
Hold on, reloading! Need more ammo!
Oh, come on, really?
My buddy.
Everything's on fire. That's interesting. The bubbles sort of float, and then when they combust, then they seek. They kind of float around the field and then explode and home in on their target. Which is different. Yeah, there we go. High mobility weapon might be a better go on this one for overall effectiveness. If I went dual blades, I'd probably be able to maneuver around these easier. Well, oh boy. I'm out of potions.
Putting down a trap!
Well, that's not what I meant to do, but if we can get in there, we can go for a capture. Get in the trap. Where is it? Oh, there it is.
That looks like it's gonna hurt!
I ran out
I
of
can't
stamina.
believe this.
That happened when I was trying to dive away from
This
the
ain't
nuke
over
on
yet.
Flamin' Espinos as well.
Whetstone time!
Well, I'm on my last cart. Well, let's see if we can close this one out.
No more holding back!
There we go. Should have done that sooner.
Quest complete! Alright, let's see what we have.
That is still a decently challenging fight. Seems like if you really let Violet Nizu get going, just starts filling the area with either fire hazards or deadly projectiles, or it boxes you in. There's a lot more to manage, but pretty fun. If I had a faster weapon, that would probably be a little easier, but not bad. I should have looked at the skills on that Flaming Espinas armor, in addition to just what it looks like. We'll do that for this one. Oh, where are we gonna send the Meowcenaries? I guess you go there. Now, what do you got to say?
Greetings. I see. Wow. Cheers.
Okay, that's the end of the last update, sort of key quests for now. Let's go take a look at what we got.
Sure thing. Let's get you fixed up then.
The Onmyo set. Okay. Wow, it's a lot of mantles. Each piece has its own mantle. The Onmyo set looks like this. Kind of a Japanese kimono-esque type look with these fur-ish textured kind of layers. Is this the same model as the regular Mizutsune
I
armor?
have been wanting to be a blacksmith ever since I was little. As you could say, I'm
Usually
a
the
bit of an expert at this
rare
point.
species get their
Don't
own
worry about your
unique
gear.
model.
I grip this here hammer with
As opposed to the
confidence.
subspecies. Subspecies usually it's a palette swap. Where is it? Okay, looks like the same model, but different color patterning. Again, the dark sort of teal colors are the custom dyeable bits. Okay. Now, armor. This thing has Adrenaline Rush. Perfectly timed evade just as monster attacks for a temporary attack boost. Okay. Evade Extender 3. Embolden. That's new. When targeted by a monster, that monster becomes more likely to become enraged, but defense up. Okay. Adrenaline Rush seems like it'd be decent to slot into a dual blade set. Rest, Stamina Surge. Okay, Stamina Recovery, also good for dual blades. Agitator. Pretty good utility skill. Max Agitator. Flinch free, no knockback. Offensive Guard. So that Offensive Guard would be good for something like a Lance. Interesting. Not a super useful complete set for the weapons I use, but you could probably take some bits off of here that'd be useful in certain builds. And Flaming Espinas. This one has attack boost 6, razor sharp, slower sharpness degradation for melee weapons, spare shot. That's nice. It comes with spare shot and burst. Okay. This is what used to be chain crit, and which I have on the gunner set I'm using now. Charge Master. Okay, good for hammer, things that carry a charge, or the charge up to attack. Great sword, hammer. Stamina depletion. Intrepid Heart is a new skill. After filling the gauge by continuously landing attacks, negates damage reactions and reduces damage taken from a single attack that would knock you back. And then at level 2, when activated, damage received is further reduced and will detonate an explosion. Okay, so this is a new skill. This is unique to Flaming Espinaz, I think. You keep attacking, fill up a gauge, and then you basically get kind of like a free non-stagger and a damage reduction from some big hit, and then you have to refill the gauge again. That's not bad. Spare shot. What points have what? Okay, so head. Don't necessarily need the chest piece. Marathon runner is decent, but not super important. Hands have intrepid heart. Waistcoat has burst. So you could do a set that's head, hands, waist, legs, and then swap out for a different chest piece for something that maybe has evasion. Let's take a look at what we got. Not on this set, on my light bow gun. Oh, that's right. This one has critical eye up, pierce up, and all of the recoil. Recoil, reload, speed, evasion. So we would want something with pierce. A chest piece with pierce is what we would want to pair with that if we're using that weapon. And that's not a super common skill.
Let's get you fixed up then, shall we?
Could also gem it in too. Okay, shell studded. 1 point. Damascus. 2 points. Two points and how many slots?
Master Hammond taught me to good use. I can swing whatever you need.
Level 2, level 1. So we could put that on. And then gem in 1 more point for Pierce up level 3. And then try and get everything else for the evasion skills. I gotta think about that. Losing the crit stuff is not necessarily ideal, since light bowgun, the first weapon I was using against the Flaming Espinaz, hits a lot because of the pierce. So I almost think having all of the crit stuff on there is better because of the sheer amount of hits, and not necessarily a good trade-off for the Intrepid Heart skill. Interesting idea, though. And definitely don't think I'd want to swap out my dual blades armor set, since that has the Furious skill on it. But that's interesting. I like the fact that these more recent additions to the cast through the DLC is giving us unique skills to play around with. That's pretty cool.
I'll be here when you need me.
But for now, since we've did these 2 high-level fights, let's go back into Anomaly Quest and see what weapons I still need to upgrade.
Hard stuff. Ain't nothing I can't forge. Seeing my customers smile is the main reason I've been banging away at the smithing. Let's get you fixed up then, shall we?
Duels. Let's see. I think we were mostly done. We wanted to get one of the major elements for all of the dual blades. And let's see. From the top, we've got Almadron for water. I know we're not done with... No, Thunder's done. Astalos for Thunder. Fire is the Wrath set.
I'll put everything Master Hammond taught me to good use.
Ice
I can swing whatever
was
you need.
Kushala. We don't have Blast, but we don't really use a lot of Blast. These aren't open yet. The Cactus Air Guys. I like the video game. 300 raw, 41 fire. Yeah, I don't think that's better than the Rathalos and Rathian duels for fire. They look cool though. Kind of scorched molten color as opposed to the venomous magenta red color on the Rosen Air Guys. Alright, so I think we're done on duels. Sword and Shield, I know we're not done. For Sword and Shield, I know we need Afflicted Claw to max out. Lunagara and Sword and Shield, that's right. So we need Ice. What am I using for water on this one? I'm using the crab one. Okay, so water's done. Fire. We can go Flaming Espinasse when we eventually farm up enough for that.
I have been wanting to be a
Thunder,
blacksmith
we
ever
have
since I
Narwa.
was little. Guess you could say I'm something of an expert at this.
Dragon
Don't worry about
elements.
your gear. I grip this here hammer with confidence.
Geismagorm. Yeah. This is probably not going to be our be-all, end-all for Dragon Element. This Dragon Element's actually kind of low. Because I'll have to think about which weapon I want for Dragon. Could go Gore. Gore or Shigaru. They're down here, the Magalas. Gore 320 and 28. Shigaru's 290, 43. Much higher affinity. No slots. Okay, I'll have to think about that. But in the meantime, let's go do some anomaly fights. Afflicted Claw.
See you soon.
Left side clear. Good to go. Chat with Cheech for all your questing needs.
Because it's been a little while since we've done anomaly investigations, to sort of recap, these are afflicted monsters that have different attacks, and they're definitely more difficult. But they have a level attached to these in the upper right. And as you clear the quest, the level goes up, the monsters get stronger, and at certain breakpoints, they get kind of new attacks and become more dangerous.
Has inspired the knights and bolstered their resolve.
Okay, so we can do anything that has Afflicted Claw plus, which gives us... Let's go back to the beginning. Aurora Somnicanth, which is an incredibly obnoxious fight. I don't want to do that. Almudron, that's another one. That one's not terrible. Yeah, we'll do 56 Almudron.
I pray for your good fortune.
But for this, Almudron's speaking against fire. Yeah, fire first, then ice. Okay. So we will go... switch it up again. We'll go duels. Oh. Huh. There is an empty slot here. I got... Huh. I thought I fixed my loadout for this. Maybe not. We're at evade window 3, evade extender. Evade window 3, evade extender 3. Okay, I'm going to put this on here. Oh, no, I see. This is the one I've got equipped. So I guess I can go for a level 2. I think that's why I think I had it in there. It's fine. Crimson Twin Wing. That's our Valstrax set. Okay. Okay. Evade window 4. Not super necessary, but more evasion is always good. Now let's go fight the mud weasel.
Time to get going. Let's make this a quick one. Ride like the wind. Let's go.
Alright, now I gotta remember how afflicted Almudron behaves. It has been a hot minute since I've done any of these higher tier fights.
There it is.
Okay, affliction status. Remember that. Blood blight, that's what it is. So the name of the game here, with this particular set that I've been using for a while, we need to get enough hits to proc Furious status, and then we switch our scrolls to the other skill set loadout, and it's infinite stamina. Basically turn on Tokyo Drift mode at that point. Ugh. You can tell the status procs when there's that aura that's around me, that little steam cloud becomes gold. Like so. Now we just need to keep dancing.
Look out! It's angry! It's trying to get away!
No, I don't.
Gotta be quick!
Okay, we also need to kind of try and target the glowing bits. The affliction cores, wherever it is they're called. If we bust enough of those, we'll get a free knockdown. Oh, it's got the mud ball. All right.
That looks like it's gonna hurt!
What's going on? Crab time? It's crab time.
You
Let's see
do
if we can get a
anything
free ride here.
now. Yahoo! Let's go for a ride!
Love you, buddy.
All right, good hits.
How do you like that?
Ah.
Mr. Monster, meet Mr. Weapon!
Ha! Sit down. All right, what did we break? Back. Yep.
Boom!
Lower back or tail. Chip the tail. Okay. Get some more openings. We can sever the tail. Leaving? Alright.
Don't let him get away!
We're at 10 minutes. This fight might take a little bit longer,
make
just
it good
because
for
the
you.
afflicted monsters have higher health pools. Kind of incentivizes you to play better because they're overall tougher fights. Sit down. Alright, still waiting for that status to proc.
Careful!
There it goes. Oh, broke a claw. See if we can break the other one. Look at that tail cut.
This one's all for you!
Aw. Try and get the tail off, get rid of the mud ball.
Ride like the wind!
Who's that? Oh, the other crab. Alright. Sianatar.
You do what I say now!
Nice.
Bye-bye!
Try and cut that tail. That works. Knock it out of afflicted status for a little bit if we do enough damage. Try and get that tail. Really? Alright. Give me a quick shot on the tail. Oh, there we go. Perfect.
Now it's personal. It's trying to get away.
Get back here.
Excuse me for a moment. I'm gonna kick your butt.
Finally, jeez. All right, tails off. Oh, this is a 30-minute quest too. All right, should be getting close. Yep, there it is. Almost dead. Can't capture the afflicted monsters, except to go for the kill. I'll take a sub 20 time on this, considering I haven't done this fight in a while.
Look out! It's angry.
Stay right there.
You're the best, pal.
Too early. There we go. Sub 20.
Didn't even break a sweat.
Sub 15 would be better. But I'll take a sub 20.
Carve, carve, carve. What have we here?
Hey, high rank orb. Nice.
Let's go.
Tail.
Doing great.
Alright, no mantle. Coins. Alright, they're my afflicted claws. Okay. The higher tiers of anomaly quests, you have a chance of getting the plus version of the crafting mat in addition to the regular version. So it usually makes sense to just farm up the higher levels and you get a chance of stacks of both to drop. Alright, so that's going to get us our upgrade on
How are things?
the ice weapon.
Alright,
SNS,
make it happen.
Lunagaran, SNS rather. Oh yeah, we need 30.
You got it.
Okay, that is now maxed out.
Yeah, let's do it.
Could unlock curious crafting on that one. I can't remember if I've shown this off because it's been a while here on stream, so I'll kind of walk through this particular process in a minute here. These afflicted bits are what we get from doing these anomaly
Only way I can
quests
help
and
is keep
whatnot.
banging out the best
We drop 10
gear
in and
possible.
it
Best
adds
believe I'm gonna put my heart and soul into it too.
curious crafting. And so now we have the ability to slot in custom augmentations for each of our pieces of gear, and this is for weapons specifically. We can add all these different types of things, and we have right now a total of 3 slots open. There's 6 enabled max for this version of the game. If we want to up the slots, let's see, we need to do this. Afflicted Dragon Blood or Afflicted Shell gets us 1. Dire Scales gets us the second one. And then Afflicted Shards, Afflicted Hard Fangs gives us the third. And so each of these different augments changes something with the weapon. You can basically customize them and build them how you see fit. You can boost attack, affinity, element, which might not be bad. Sharpness is the one I think I'm going to go for first. It gives us a... I don't know, it's not a huge boost. Maybe not. It gives us a little more purple. What elemental? 29, 32. Wow, level 5. Almost double. It's not bad.
Hey, thanks.
Hello there. I have faith that you will fulfill your duty.
Alright, we're at a 5, which... This is not the highest tier. I think it goes up to A6 now in the last update. And I think it's going to go up to A7 in the one after that. The one's coming next week. Let's see. We have the dire mats. Think we have to up our overall research level before we can get the next tier.
Hey there.
Or does it tell me that?
All right,
Research
bye.
level 82. Yeah, I don't remember the breakpoints for each of the tiers, but the more of the anomaly quests we do, the more it boosts the research level, which unlocks higher tiers of difficulty and more rare materials. And so that's the endgame grind in Sunbreak. Getting that level up and getting access to the higher tier rarity materials which you use to improve your gear.
Questing needs. I look forward to your safe return.
Okay. So let's go back and look at our weapon progression.
Ooh, I'm itching to get started.
We do have to do Dragon Element on Sword and Shield, but we can also table that for now since we do have a Dragon Element weapon. It's just not an ideal one. We could try and go back and fight Flaming Espinas again. Maybe take a different weapon. See if going melee instead of range makes that fight any easier. What's it weak against?
Alright, let's make it happen.
Flaming Espinas is weak against water. Water than dragon. Okay.
Wow, we're talking.
Now let's take a look at this one. This one can go up a sharpness level. Yeah, let's do that. We'll up the sharpness level on the water SNS, the crab set. And we need 40. Whew, man, that's expensive.
Now that I got this curious crafting down, I feel like I'm starting to close the gap between Master Hammond's ability and my own. Oh, I bet he'd be mighty proud.
Okay, that's good.
See you soon.
So we'll switch sets, go into Sword and Shield, throw on water. And let's see. We'll drop in some evasion. I wonder if I have enough to craft another one of those level 4s. I have a lot of open slots, but I think it's something really expensive.
Well, hey there.
Where's the burst decoration? That takes white synovial fluid. I don't remember what that comes from. But if you want to slot in for burst, we can build decorations for that too. It's only level 2. That's not bad. Let's see, where is evasion? Oh, here we go. Oh, good. We can make another one. We needed a Fey Wyvern gem. It's the only one I've got. That's okay.
Okay, good luck.
Well, that's good. Now we can slot that into a bunch of our builds. In fact, before I forget, I'm going to do an update to the dual blades one. 'Cause if I don't do it now, I will forget and won't do it later. Okay, it's already in here. Okay, this one is... This one's actually fine. Throw that in here for level 4. Oh, we can get level 5. Why not? Level 5 evasion's pretty much massive invulnerability frames whenever you're rolling, and it's very easy to just dodge through anything. So maybe that'll come in handy against Flaming Espinas.
Thank you for stopping by. Take a look at the quest list.
There you are. Can't wait for the afflicted version of that, which might be in the next update. That sounds absolutely terrible.
Time to get going. Let's make this a quick one. Feels good.
Another thing we could potentially do, just to sort of mix things up for maybe the later part of the stream, is maybe join some random hunts for people farming and anomaly stuff. Just jump into like a rando 4-person lobby and maybe just help some people out, get some practice. I will think about that first.
It's ready to blow. Let's.
Look up. Grab brush, put a little makeup. Okay, immediately enraged. And the tail inflicts poison too. That's good to know. Oh, come on. Maybe it's the tip of the tail.
Oh, this sucks. That looks like it's gonna hurt.
Already? Should be rolling more. With Evasion 5. It's incredibly safe.
Love you, buddy.
Ah, sit down.
Boom! That's my buddy.
Aw. I should have eaten for Slugger. Ah. Oh well.
I'm gonna get you!
Alright. Keep an eye on that poison status.
Oh, I feel terrible.
Like that. watch out for that 360 sweep. Ooh. All right. It's tired. Tired but still angry. Ooh, it's a good knockdown. We tried to take the tail off too if I get some free hits on it.
This one's all for you.
I see you. Sit down.
Now it's personal.
No, not quite.
Now's my chance.
Uh-oh. Alright, I asked for that. Oh boy, there's a nuke.
I'm gonna kick your butt.
Oh, I think I just missed the head. Ah, alright. Ooh, right.
Let's go for a ride. Yahoo! Now it's personal.
Oh, nope. Out of range.
Oh, I hate this.
Let's get out of one-shot territory. Oh, come on. All right, broke the horn.
Look out! It's angry!
There's a nuke.
Oh,
Oh,
feel
wow, am I
terrible.
not dead?
I can't believe this.
Fire and poison killed me. I wonder if I could roll
This
it.
ain't over yet.
With Evasion 5, it might be possible to roll it, but that might be
Whetstone
a
time.
little more risky than is necessary when I could just dive it. Ooh. Oh, I didn't see what happened.
You asked for this. Love you, buddy.
Hey, Edward's here. I see Edward redeemed a sword timer and hydrate. Alright, as soon as I get a spare minute, I'm actually going to go grab some good fuel. After this quest, probably. But welcome, Edward. Hope you're doing well this evening. I'm getting lit on fire and trampled by a big, angry, horny wyvern.
Love you, buddy.
Aw. Nuke. Second nuke. Ah, come on. Ooh, boy, get off me. Oh, come on. I was going to try and parry that. Okay, 15-minute mark. I don't know if we're necessarily doing as much damage as quickly as when I was using a gun. But think the fact that I'm, well, relatively in less danger of one-shots, because I'm not using gunner gear, makes it a little easier. But instead it becomes less of a game of chicken and more of a make sure you don't get trampled underfoot when right next to Flame and Espinaz. Ah, you sucker. I'm running out of herbal medicine.
That's my buddy. Love you, buddy.
Oh boy.
Look out! It's angry!
Alright, nuke. Alright, hit about to 20 minutes. Yeah, I think it's probably close. You can get a third KO. There it is.
I'm gonna get you!
Okay. Might be actually close on a tail cut. Yeah, see right there. Oh boy. Okay, that does have a minimum range. Cannot shoot that fireball straight down, looks like.
That's my buddy. Excuse me for a moment.
Haha.
You asked for this.
Oh, I thought for sure that was gonna be a tail sever. It's definitely gotta be close. Come on. Oh, I didn't even notice my defense down was on.
Look out! It's angry.
I might actually be getting close to 30 minutes on this one. Alright. Make a beeline directly underneath it when it goes for the nuke. Alright, almost dead. Try and get sub 30.
Careful!
What break was that? Was that the chest? I didn't even know I could break the chest. Huh. Guess so. Ah. Finally, jeez. 26 minutes?
Complete.
It definitely could have been a lot better execution.
What have we here?
But that's kind of a little bit less dangerous of a fight. I don't know. Different dynamics than when you're using range and trying to stay away. But I felt like I was never in super close territory to one shot. Kind of makes me wonder how feasible Gunlance would be. Gunlance definitely wouldn't have the mobility to kind of evade around, but you can, if you can tank those big hits, it might not be too bad. You do more damage, or at least damage faster in bursts. Oh, I got another mantle. That's incredibly lucky, but not really what I needed. I needed the rest of the parts that weren't scales or shards or cortex. Alright. Well, that should get us close.
Hey! Well, hey there!
Oh, one more Surf Spike. One more Surf Spike, and I can make the Cactus get a hen. Alright. Before I do that, I'm going to
I'll
go
be here when you need me.
refill my water bottle and get some fuel. So I'm going to leave this sitting here for now. I think what we'll do for a little bit is maybe jump into some random anomaly fights and just see if we can practice up that way. So I'm going to go grab that, and I'll be back in 1 minute. I'll just leave it sitting here. I'll be back in a minute. All right. Let us continue. Maybe the easiest way to do this is to... Let's see what kind of random quests we get. This is a random anomaly investigation. Let's do this. We'll put go 50 or higher. I haven't done this before, so we'll see what kind of results we get from just randoms. I probably should have eaten and gotten all my equipment first.
Let's make this a quick one.
It's afflicted Espinas. Okay. Slugger.
Let's go.
Okay, they're going after Zenogre first. Okay, I'll just take my water weapon. I'm not going to go back and change it out now. So that's a regular Zenogre. The target monster is regular Espinas, but afflicted version.
It's got its eyes on you.
All right, let's do it.
There's the target. Yurang! That looks like it's gonna hurt.
You're the best, pal. There.
Keep an eye on the team. Can throw out some dust of life if people get low. Got one more.
Don't let him get away. Faster, buddy. Excuse me for a moment.
All right, that's a light bow gun. We got another sword and shield. And a gun lancer. Oh, that's pretty rare. I don't see a lot of gun lancers.
The monster's looking at you. You owe me one.
That's my last one, folks.
Watch out for the monster.
Oh, good. Depowered. And KO'd.
This is the end of the line for
Give me that tail. Let's see if we can get it. Oh, nice. Ah.
The monster's looking at you!
Let's try and get that second KO. Throw Metsu on the face to try to get the KO, and when it's on cooldown, I'll try and cut the tail for the team. Oh, there's Espinas.
Gotta be quick!
Gonna go for a few hits to soften it up and then get the ride. Oh boy! There's Kushala.
Sweet moves!
There's a lot going on.
I'm gonna kick your butt!
Nice. This thing should be almost done since this is a regular, not afflicted.
Don't let him get
Wow,
away!
look at all the shinies.
Let's go!
No, I don't normally come down here. In fact, I've got 2 spots of the map I haven't uncovered yet. tail.
This is the end of the line for you.
Uh-oh.
It's trying to get away.
Oh boy, here comes trouble. Oh, there it goes.
Ride like the wind.
Oh, I thought it died before it could get capped. All right, it's one down.
This should make it good as new.
I don't know if I've hunted Afflicted Espinas yet. Alright, this one is going to behave a little differently than the flaming one we've been fighting all stream. But because it's afflicted, I think this one's actually going to hurt more. Ow. Yep.
We're in this together. Oh, I hate this.
Oh, recognize that attack.
Careful! Boom!
Stay right there. Ah.
Look out! It's angry!
Ooh.
That looks like it's gonna hurt!
Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, it's a stun. It was mid-metsu, and I could not jump out of that.
Don't let him get away! Faster, buddy!
See if we can get a KO.
Watch out for the monster! Look out! It's angry!
Missed.
Oh, this sucks. Love you, buddy.
Spin around. Ooh. Almost a one shot from full health.
Mr. Monster, meet Mr. Weapon. Watch out for the monster! Look out! It's angry! I'm gonna...
What hit me? Face is broken.
Mr. Monster, meet Mr. Weapon. I'm gonna get you!
Back looks like it's broken, not the wings. The chest is broken, I think. Is that another paralysis?
Boom! No more holding back!
Now the wings are broken.
Now's my chance!
Someone was using a paralysis weapon. Oh no, that was a trap.
After it! Ride like the wind!
Alright, should be getting close. It's almost dead.
This one's all for you.
Oh, nice.
No more holding back.
Ha!
Quest complete.
Nice.
I had
Pretty
fun.
smooth.
Carve, carve, carve.
Inflicted dire shell. That must be A6. A6 materials. Maybe doing some of these rando hunts and just getting points for my research level. I'll be able to unlock that tier and start getting some higher level ones. Jasper. I guess I'll take that. Amber Essence, Rare 8, Dire Shell, Prime Amber Essence. Okay. What are the low tier drops? Guess we didn't get any. Okay.
I've got some great deals for you. I'm happy for you.
We'll do a couple more before we call it a stream for today.
Nice. Look at all those points.
I do need to eat dinner at some point. Actually, let's switch up.
Time to get going.
Let's go back to Gunlance. Get some Gunlance representation.
Oh, sweet. Share. Enough of that.
All right, round 2. Gormagala. Okay. There's another one I haven't done yet. This is
You ready?
faint, 3 faint, level 78. Okay, this one's pretty standard. I guess this will be good practice for
Like the wind.
when I eventually unlock this one. Oh, hello. Where are you going?
There it is.
Oh, nice. Gold Rathian for the assist. Oh, it's sleeping. Nope. Oh.
Now it's personal. Hold
Oh,
on.
that works.
Sweet moves. You're a natural.
Shot on those horns. Ooh. That's a lot of damage.
Need more ammo. This is the end of the line for you. Hold on. Reloading. Faster, buddy.
Well, a lot of shinies over here.
Gotta be quick. Watch out for the monster. You asked for this. Reloading.
Aw, come on.
This one's all for you.
Can't tell it's broken. Face is scarred. I don't think we have breaks on anything else yet. Ooh. Ah.
Kick your butt.
Oh, hello. Hello, Rajang.
That's one for the history books.
Stay right there.
No more holding back.
Nope. Oh. Oh, okay. Only partially missed.
It's got its eyes on you! Mr. Monster, meet Mr. Whip! Need more ammo!
Break those
Look out!
weak points.
It's angry! The monster's looking at you! Careful!
Uh-oh. Mid bullet barrage.
Oh, you're gonna pay!
Wow, that's embarrassing.
Let's go! Whetstone time!
Okay, single target. This team seems to be handling it pretty well, though.
Reloading! That looks like it's gonna hurt! It's got its eyes on you! This one's all for... Need more ammo?
All right, it's almost dead.
Reloading! Now, personal!
Nice. One unnecessary death.
Carve, carve, carve! Ride like the wind!
Let's see, we got the head. I think we got the horns. Arms. I think we got most of them. No tail sever. Okay, more afflicted dire shell. Okay. It's decent rewards. All right. What you got?
What's up? Good luck.
Ticket.
Hey there!
All right, this one has the rampage slot. Upgrade, that's what gives me the level 3, I think. So if I was gonna up this thing even more, I can only get 2 more slots
Now
in
that I got
total.
this curious crafting down, I feel like I'm starting to close
Can't
the
do
gap between
sharpness.
Master Hammond's ability and my own. Oh, I bet he'd be mighty proud.
Status boost, I might hold off on crafting anything else. Eventually, I think with all of the updates they're going to release for Sunbreak, it's going to be 10. I expect it to be 10 full slots where that banner goes all the way across. And so with that, I'd be able to do 2 sharpness. Or 1 rampage, 1 sharpness. That's probably what I'd end up doing. My guess is next week update's probably going to up this to 8, and then the final update, or one of the later updates next year, is going to up it to 10. But until that happens, probably good on the gun lance upgrades for now. To kind of illustrate what I'm talking about with that update next week, the rare 10s, there's a whole bunch of rare 10s, but there's the Rathian one, that's a normal level 8. The one I'm using now is a better overall, it's a blast element normal level 8. There's the Praetorian gun lance, which has kind of garbage sharpness. That one hits level 8. It's also a normal.
Something of an expert at this point. Don't worry about your gear. I grip this
There's
hammer with
the
confidence.
Crabtree, which barely gets into purple. That's also a normal level 8. Here's the one I'm using now. This is the Torchi de Lavateur. Largely considered to be the best gun lance in the game right now. This is a normal level 8. Here's Geismagorm's. This one's actually pretty good despite its negative affinity. This is wide level 8. And where is the doggo one? Canine tree, long level 8. Or the canine. This is considered the best long type that hits level 8 right now. So it's pretty much this one, Geismagorm for wide, and the Torchi de Lavateur for normal. And so there's really not a lot of options. Valstrax would be a cool one to have because of its incredibly long white sharpness, but it only hits level 7. And the way gun lance shelling levels work for this particular weapon, the shells, or the bursts that I fire at the gun lance, scale with that level and they do more damage. So having lower level means you're doing less damage with your shells. Hey, Crusher Cannon's back. Crusher says, I'm back. What I miss? I've been doing a bunch of random hunts. We just finished doing a couple random ones with people online. I might do one more before we call it a stream. And Crusher asks, Raku, aren't you tired? You've been streaming for 3 hours. I could probably stream Monster Hunter for like 6 hours. It's that type of game. But we'll do one more since you popped back on. Let's see. I was just doing a real quick explanation of the gun lance mechanics and why it's going to be great when next week's update comes out, because you'll be able to upgrade a whole bunch of, or every single gun lance in the game will get max shelling level through the Curious Crafting. But for the last run, what weapon should I do for the last quest? We'll do another random with some people online. just for practice. Crusher says, next time you play, I'll be sure to watch. I'm curious about these gun lances. Were you here? Because I've been switching around weapons almost every quest. Were you here when I did the first quest with gun lance? Because I did one earlier on, and we switched to some other stuff, and I'm rotating back. Because if not, I'll do one more with gun lance, because it's my favorite weapon. And if you haven't got a chance to see what it looks like to play this, I can do one more gun lance. Let's see. Crusher says, I was not. I got distracted. Okay. You could do that. Just for reference, on the loadouts I've got the gun. You saw me do that a few times in the beginning. I've got gun lance. Switch axe, which I don't really have a lot built out for that weapon-wise. I'm working on that as well. There's regular lance, which is a lot more defensive and counter-based compared to the explosive gun lance. I think you saw me do dual blades against Muddy Boy, and then sword and shield, which you may or may not have seen. Eventually, there will be more sets. I want to build a hunting horn set, since I played a lot of base rise on PC with hunting horn. I want to build hammer. There's going to be a lot. I'm going to be playing this game for probably 1,000 hours. But in the meantime, we can do some more gun lance. Crutcher says, the last fight I saw was water fire. Oh, okay, you're the Violet Mizu, the one with the big explosive bubbles. Okay, so we'll do some gun lance. I think I took my gun lance into that fight, but there was a lot going on, so we'll do another one. Again, favorite weapon. I could do this all day. Let's get some more potions.
Welcome. Please take your time. Okay, here you go. Thank you for your business. Hope to see
It's also
you
good
again
because I don't
soon.
have to worry about elemental weakness and affinities with gun lance.
Oh, sweet. Share.
I just have to eat for the skills that support the weapon, and then we can take it into any fight. Eventually, when you can build all max shelling level gun lances, I'm going to build one of every element of every type. So I'll have all the types for normal, all the types for wide, all the types for long. I think long is probably my favorite of the shelling types. You get a little more range when you pop shots off, and you switch out for a smaller clip. And wide's fun too. I haven't done wide shelling in a while. That's more based around stabbing things with the lance, and then popping the shots off in between is like chain combos.
All right, let's go.
Each of the gun lance types behaves a little bit different in how you play them. Crusher asks, do you have enough supplies for crafting? Not to craft all the upgrades to the weapons I've got. That's why I'm doing a lot of these anomaly quests, because you need tons of materials in order to upgrade the weapons. You need the things to upgrade armor. This is basically the entire end game is grinding these harder fights. And so I don't think you saw an anomaly quest. We're going to do that next. We're going to jump into a random 4-person. These are harder than the Flaming Espinosa and Violet Mizu you saw me doing earlier. They're scaled much higher.
Let's go.
Crusher says, I meant for whatever ammo you need. This weapon doesn't have craftable ammo. It has ammunition, but it doesn't have its own supply. It's got infinite ammo, but you got to reload it. So we don't have to worry about taking material and popping that menu up in order to craft stuff on the fly. I just have to reload. You can see next to my life and or under my life, next to my sharpness, I've got 7 shells with a normal type. So I just need to make sure I don't run empty on the clip, but I can reload it infinitely. It's different than the ranged weapon. And the shot types I'm talking about, which it's not too important for this here, but just to real quickly demonstrate what I'm talking about. When you shell with the gun lance, it pops a shot off and depletes 1 shell. But the different types of gun lances have different shell types. So one is called long, And instead of popping right at the tip of the gun lance, it shoots out a little ways and there's a bit more of a long range. Wide is a bigger burst and does the most damage. So each one has a different play style, which is fun. Crusher asks, did your character say yoink when she grabbed the plant? She sure did.
Don't worry, I'm here.
My character's general personality seems to be spunky hunter, as opposed to
Join the fun.
cutesy anime girl or angry edgelord. Fun fact, Pink absolutely hates the voice on my character. They said my character sounds like angry Ash Ketchum, which I think is really funny. And they're not wrong. Okay, fighting a Rathalos. So our ability to get airborne with gun lance using air shelling will help. Whew.
No more holding back. Watch out for the monster.
Stun.
Now it's personal.
This move that I'm doing, which is a big lunge forward into a burst, unloads all of my shells, and the blue thing underneath my sharpness called a worm stake.
Get away.
You haven't seen me using the worm stake a lot on its own, but in addition to the shells you can pop off, you have that worm stake which shoots a larger spike projectile into the target that ticks damage down and then explodes. So the move that I'm doing that unloads everything at once. It basically shoots everything in one shot, so you don't want to miss. You have one shot, and you do not want to miss your chance to blow. Because they have to wait for it to cool down. The bug icons at the bottom of my screen, those recharge over time, and that explosive bullet barrage skill takes 2. So if I miss, I have to wait for them to charge back up before I can do it again. There it is right here.
This one's all for you.
Ooh, wow.
Hold on, reloading.
Here, I'll show off the worm stake. It's a little hard to see, but I just stuck a big metal stake into Rathalos' butt, and it ticks down for a bit before it explodes.
This is the end of the line for you.
The gun lance's main gimmick is that it's a bit slower, and usually it doesn't move around too much. But if you use your shells by holding down the button, you get Blast Dash, which shoots you forward like a rocket and allows you to close the gap and move around a lot faster. Like so. And then you can go skyward by popping straight up.
You're a natural. You asked for this.
Crusher says, look, if you had one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it or just let it slip? Mom spaghetti.
This is the end of the line for you. Reloading. It's got its eyes on you.
Crusher says, like how Bakugo utilizes explosions to maneuver in midair. Yeah, same concept. Before they gave Gunlance the ability to use Blast Dash like that, it was definitely a much slower, less mobile weapon. But being able to just rocket across the field at fairly low cost means you're not left in the dust by the faster targets.
Watch out for
Oof. Yeah, there's a lot of lava because we're inside of the volcanic area of this stage. The whole thing is lava caverns. So we're either around, inside, or above an active volcano. Ow. Come on. Oh wow, that one shot me, huh? Wow, that hit me straight out of midair.
Oh, you're gonna pay.
Whoopsie doodle.
Back. Faster, buddy. Whetstone time. Let's go.
Crusher says, I know games aren't supposed to be super realistic, but fun fact, if you were standing inches from lava, your body would burst into flames. It's that hot. Well, yeah. This game is not super grounded in realism, of course. We are fighting a giant angry wyvern that breathes fire, using weapons that are probably hundreds of pounds in some cases.
The monster's looking at you.
Oh, it's almost dead. And I gotta make sure I don't die again. Whew. Everyone is on fire.
There, you're good to go. You asked for this. Hold on, reloading. That looks like it's gonna hurt.
Uh-oh. I am shocked that didn't kill me this time. I did that in one of the other fights. I went straight in with bullet barrage, and your animation locked when that happens. You can't cancel out of it. And I went right into one of those novas that the afflicted monsters do, and I instantly died. I got lucky.
All right, let's see what we have.
But we did it. It's dead. It took like 11 minutes. Crutcher says, yeah, I know. I just wanted to show off my strange lava knowledge. That is interesting. Oh, was that? Is that geology? Knowledge about volcanoes? Volcanoes and lava, is that considered part of geology? Ooh, got a mantle. Afflicted Dire Scale. This is the target material we're getting from these Afflicted Anomaly quests. We get that and these essences. Essences are for armor. The Dire Blank or Afflicted materials here for weapons. There might be some for armor too. Crusher asks, what do mantles do? Mantles are the rarest drop from a monster. They are like a 2% or less in some cases drop rate, and you need them to craft armor and weapons. And so getting them is incredibly lucky. That's why I was surprised when I got a mantle from the Flame and Espinas fight in the beginning. I managed to pick up another one when I did that again. So that's really, really lucky. 'Cause you could go a dozen hunts of hunting monsters and not get a mantle, which is very possible if you're really unlucky. All right. That actually did not take very long. Oh, that was pretty painless. We could do another one. See how long this one takes. I have the day off tomorrow, which is why I'm streaming in the afternoon. And so I'm not on a schedule, but I do need to eat dinner at some point. Crusher says, I remember being attacked by Palicos in Monster Hunter for the PS2. You've played the original? The Palicos are really more of a job class. The race are felines, and there are hostile felines in those games. There's some that'll just attack you straight up, and then there's these black fur-coated ones called melinks, which are like cousins to the felines, and they'll just straight up steal your stuff. Now, why do the black cats steal your stuff? I don't know. Actually, the white ones do too. It's not like a race thing. But yeah, they're hostile in those games. I can't remember if they're in these ones because they might be walking about. You might see them. Ah, Crusher says on an emulator. I see. I haven't even played the original. I've been playing this series since PSP. It was Freedom Unite when I got into Monster Hunter. And then several thousand hours later, we're here on PC playing Rise. Alright. So I'm going to let you choose, Crusher, since you've been hanging out here on stream with us. You can choose the next weapon I go with, but a couple caveats. We have gun, which you saw me use in the beginning. I'm using gun lance. There is the switch axe, which I can take, even though I don't have a lot of upgrades, but I can make that work. Switch axe, regular lance, dual blades, you know, Levi from Attack on Titan style, and sword and shield. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 choices of the stuff that I have gear for. Dual blades, all right. Bet dual blades. Probably my second favorite weapon in this playthrough so far. Now I don't know what we're gonna be fighting though. This is what I used against Muddy Boy. I guess I can eat for general skills, and then depending on what random quest I get assigned to, I can switch to the right element, because element's a little bit important for dual blades. Let's see, we want... I'll do something like this.
Alright,
And
let's go.
in case you hadn't seen me do dual blade quests before, since I do play this weapon a lot, but in case you haven't seen it on stream, I'll try and explain some of the mechanics as we go. It is a very fun weapon, unlike the gun lance, which is a bit slower, with the exception of, you know, being able to shoot like a rocket across the screen and having heavy artillery. Dual blades are very fast and mobile. They focus around hit and run and a lot of evasion and a meter mechanic, which we'll see. So very different in pacing and speed. It's like playing a different game, which is why Monster Hunter is so much fun. Each weapon of the 14 types plays dramatically different from the other. And so when you start learning a new weapon, you're basically learning from the beginning. You're learning the game over again, which is fun. We'll go 60 to 83. And we will roll the dice on another random quest and see what we get. Crusher asks, what's your level? You don't have like a player or experience level that, you know, drives stats or anything like a Dark Souls type game, but you have an overall level based on how many hunts you've done, like a hunter rank, which is tied to some content and stuff unlocks. So you have one for master rank, which is the hardest difficulty in the game that we're playing. I'm master rank 121. My regular hunter rank for things below that rank is 316. It really doesn't mean anything. Alright, what are we doing? Lunagaron, okay. Is this a multiple? Nope. We're fighting the ice werewolf. So we need fire.
Let's go!
Hey, there's an Acnosom. Big umbrella-headed crane. Crutcher says, I remember Lunagaron from a Slimesicle video where he did a Monster Hunter pun rap music video. Nice. Series is ripe for puns.
I'm here to get to work.
Alright, it's going to be a little bit hard to see what I'm doing because of all the lights and flashy things going on. But with dual blades, you have the ability to go into a state called Demon Mode. And when you go into that state, you have, I believe, increased damage and crit rate, essentially. And going into that mode fills up the bar. Oh, come on, really? There's that little sword, dual sword bar to the right of my sharpness below my stamina, but below the yellow bar. It has a little white sliver, and it's depleting rapidly on its own. Every hit in demon mode fills that bar up. And when you fill the bar up, you go into what's called Archdemon mode, which changes your moveset slightly. And so we'll see that in a sec, too. But you have to keep the pressure on and do enough hits to fill that meter up, while keeping in mind that demon mode depletes your stamina. And you get staggered out of it, and you have to go back into it, which is what this big edgy red aura means. Oh, man. I don't know if I've done this fight before, not recently. And so you'll see me go in and out of this mode to fill that bar up. And then I'll exit the mode to get my stamina back, then go back in. Oof.
I'll be waiting for you.
Someone got KO'd. It's a little bit difficult to see, but when you're in demon mode, your character flips their grip around, so they're holding the dual blades in reverse grip, and then they go into kind of like a Naruto run, which is pretty fun.
That looks like it's gonna hurt.
Oof. And once the white dual bar fills, it'll turn red. That's how you know you've entered in the Archdemon mode. Actually, let's do this. We'll switch. Alright. Fill the bar. And in this particular skill set, when we have that crackling gold aura, we have infinite stamina. And so regular rolling evades that you usually use to get out of the way of stuff, in Archdemon mode becomes this lunging dash, demon dash. And it's very fast. And you can use iframes and mobility to get out of the way of stuff. And keep the pressure on. And because I have infinite stamina, I can stay in demon mode till that buff wears off. And it won't deplete my stamina at all. And evades won't either. It's highly mobile and does a lot of quick hits. Crusher asks, iframes are invincibility frames, right? Yep. Each evade has a certain window where you can't be hit when you're doing it. And knowing that's really important. Matt. Free ride on Akmasom. You can use the bird to beat on Luna a little bit.
How do you like that?
Let me see if I can pull off the spinning Spine Rider blade, Beyblade move.
Mr. Monster, meet Mr.
A little bit harder on a smaller target, but when you vault into the air and you have demon mode on, you spin Levi style all the way down the back of the monster and like head to tail or tail to head, and it does a lot of damage. It's really cool looking, very flashy. A little bit hard to see me do it because the target's small, but like the really big long targets, you just zip all the way down their back and slice them open like a buzzsaw.
The monster's looking at you. This is the end of the line.
Oh, there it is. Again, hard to see because Lunagaron's kind of small. Of course, as I'm learning the terminology. Ah, you'll be an expert before you know it. And then you can try Monster Hunter. We need to get our hits in before this thing gets angry. It's angry. Crusher says I should get back into it. I think my laptop can handle it because Rise came out a while ago. Right? Yeah, base Rise came out over a year ago. And the expansion came out several months ago recently. If you have a decently powered laptop, you should be able to run it. I mean, I have a decent PC, but I have an ancient graphics card. And it runs this fine. It could look better, but it runs it perfectly fine. And I use it to stream too, so. There's a good chance the game and the expansion, that's what Sunbreak is. There's a good chance it'll go on sale around Black Friday, so if you end up picking it up and getting into it, let me know. You can play with Matt and I.
Trying to get away. Faster, buddy.
Crusher says, I got a Ryzen graphics card, or it's the Radeon. Yeah, you'd have to go look at the spec minimums for the PC version. Again, I have a pre-1000 series NVIDIA card, so chances are, unless your laptop is like 12 or 15 years old, you probably have a better graphics card than I do. I hope I can remedy that soon and get a new one, but we shall see. Supply chain and all. I'm not really down to pay like over $1,000 for a graphics card.
That looks like it's gonna hurt.
Oh, it was built in 2021? Oh yeah, you definitely have a better graphics card than me then. My 970, I think I put it in like 2012? I don't know. I've rebuilt this machine a few times and I've had that graphics card a while. So yeah, if you can beat a 970, you can, graphics card wise. And if it's from 2021, I'm sure you're okay. Uh-oh. Every time. One of these days I'll learn not to use committed animation moves when the monster's about to throw a Nova. And there's no real way to do it unless you're keeping like an internal timer. It's just something they do after they get enraged and then they explode.
That looks like it's gonna hurt! It's got its eyes on you!
Crusher asks, well, so as long as you get your hits in, you can indefinitely stay in Archdemon mode. Yep. And you can keep the bar full when I'm in infinite stamina mode, which it's tied to a skill I have. Normally dual blades don't have infinite stamina. Your skills come from your armor. I have one that gives me that after a certain amount of time. I mostly like it because in Archdemon mode you get that zippy dash. It allows you to Tokyo drift everywhere and move around real quick for speedy targets.
Mr. Monster, meet Mr. Weapon! This is the end of the line for you!
There we go.
See ya!
The only one who got KO'd.
What have we here? Ride like the wind!
Another move that the dual blades have in demon mode, if you hit triangle and circle, you have the demon dance, which is a multi-hitting move that locks you in place animation and movement wise, but it's a ton of hits. So if you need to fill your bar and you're in demon mode and need to go in archdemon mode, if you have an opening, you throw the demon dance. You hit a bunch of times at once, but you're vulnerable because you're locked in place. And so you'll eat it pretty hard if the target's moving around and isn't either knocked down or targeting somebody else.
Hey, good to see ya.
All right. Before we wrap up, I'll kind of do a real quick overview of the weapons. Again, I'm gonna assume you've in some capacity played Monster Hunter, so I don't need to explain all of them. But depending on how recent of the ones you've played, there's some newer weapons in here that have been in the last couple games, but not going all the way back to like the PS2 era. And so I play now, especially after playing Rise on the Switch first. I've played every single weapon in the game now. But the ones I don't actively play a lot are Heavy Bowgun, which I used to play in Generations Ultimate on the Switch, but not so much in this game. I like the light gun better because it's faster. Crusher says, I remember when there was a feline in the PSP MGS that looked like Snake to fight a dinosaur. Yep, that was the crossover with Acid. One of the PSP games had a crossover, and they had like a Metal Gear in the Monster Hunter games, and you could fight a T-Rex in Metal Gear. And Crusher says, oh yeah, my first game was on the PSP. Yeah, was it Freedom Unite or Freedom? Because Freedom Unite was the first Monster Hunter game I played on PSP. Way back. Eons ago in Earth School. That's what got me in the series. But the base game on PSP was Freedom, and Freedom Unite was the expansion that added the G rank level of quests. So I started with the expansion that had tons of content. There's so much to do in that game, and it's definitely more antiquated because a lot of the quality of life stuff in the modern games just doesn't exist. But it's still a good game. I think I probably put like 300 or 400 hours into Freedom Unite. Again, that's the one that got me in the series. But let's see. We've built Sword and Shield, Lance, some Switch Axe, Duels, Gun Lance, Light Bowgun. I would like to learn or relearn Hammer, Hunting Horn. Where's Hunting Horn? I'm probably going to end up playing and building sets for every weapon, maybe leaving Heavy Bowgun to the end because I don't find that one super interesting. Bow is also really fun. I played bow in Switch version that I played before this. This is Matt's main weapon. Longsword is also fun. It's a very, very strong weapon that a lot of people play. It's based around a lot of parries and counters. Great sword, big, giant, cloud-esque buster sword type weapons. Slow, but they hit extremely hard and have some cool skills that allow you to do things like counter incoming hits and armor through damage. Charge Blade, one of the most technically complicated weapons in the game. It has Bloodborne style 2 modes, a sword and shield mode and then an axe mode. Switch Axe similarly has a axe mode and a great sword mode. So these 2 weapons can transform. They switch back and forth, and each mode has its own type of moveset, and they play dramatically different. Insect Glaive, which I have played before, but it's been a while here on the PC version. This series of weapons, I should probably show them off, but Insect Glaive is like a polearm with dual-bladed ends, kind of like a Naginata, but depending on the type of weapon. Some of them have pointy bits on both ends, some of them it's just one end like this one. But this one is a pretty high-speed mobile weapon, but it uses a bug called a kinsect, which you equip separately. And in addition to using the bladed weapon, you use the bug to send out and you gather things from the enemies, and it gives you buffs and changes your moveset that way. And so Insect Glaive is a little more complicated, but it's a fun weapon. It's very focused around aerial styles of being in the air, hitting things, and kind of zipping around that way. We'll get to Insect Glaive eventually. That's a fun weapon, but I haven't really built any yet. Not on this version of the game. Some of them look pretty wicked too. Like Gormagala's one looks like this. Looks like a double-bladed paddle almost. Charge blades look like this. In their default form, they look like a sword and shield almost, but they have a different moveset. The way the morphing system works is you switch the weapon up, and you basically stick the sword into the shield, and it turns into an axe, and then the moveset changes. But the default view here is the sword and shield mode. You can't see the morphed axe mode. And then switch axe. Its basic state is the opposite. It starts with an axe mode that is faster and more mobile, and then when you switch modes, it turns into like a great sword, a big bladed sword, and you lose mobility, but you get increased power. And so those weapons are fun. I need to learn Charge Blade. I haven't played that since Monster Hunter 4U. Hammer was the first weapon I ever learned in Freedom Unite. Want to bonk things and knock them out? It's a pretty fun weapon. Crusher says, I gotta go to bed tomorrow as I'm streaming in 12 hours. Maybe I forgot. I didn't know you streamed. And maybe I've never been online when you have, or if you started recently. But I'm going to fix that now, and I'm going to make sure I'm following you. So if I'm around, well, if it's 12 hours from now, I'm going to most likely be asleep. But I will do my best to try and catch your streams at some point, Crusher, because you're always here hanging out. And so now I'm following, and I will be able to see when you're online. But thanks for tuning in and hanging out and watching the hunting of monsters. Before we jump off, let me go see who's on the homie list to raid. It is a bit late. We could raid Draconi Cat's playing Luigi's Mansion 3, getting spoopy. So we can do that. Let's go raid Cat and say what's up. So let me mute this and we'll go to outro. Oh, I'll be back streaming tomorrow in the afternoon. I think it's 2 p.m. Pacific time. And I have no idea what I'm going to be streaming. I was supposed to be doing a new game today and I didn't have time to figure out what it was. So I will make that decision tomorrow. So we'll be back with something new. But until then, thanks again for hanging out, folks. Now let's go raid Cat. Hope everyone has a good evening.